welcome to my kitchen and welcome to Dish with Trish. And today I have a very busy schedule and I'm not going to have time to be in the kitchen spending an hour cooking. So I thought that I'd make a nice pot roast and put that in the crock pot, and when I get home tonight it'll be all ready to go. So if you have one of those days and you need this recipe, then here it is. So let's get started. We've got our items for our roast, and this is a eye of brown roast that I'm using, and you can see right here that it's a very nice meat, and there's a little fat on there. You want to go ahead and leave the fat on because you don't want your roast to be dry. So later on, when you finished with cooking it, then you can go ahead and cut the little bit of excess fat off. Also, I have a bowl of potatoes here, probably about 5 cups. It's all in your preference of how many potatoes you want to have. And then we have some carrots here. These are organic carrots that I've diced up, and they're very yummy. And then also we have some onions here that I have just cut up. And then I'm going to pull ahead and take the lid off our crock pot. We're going to put our piece of yummy eye of round beef in there. And then we're going to add some water, and I have 2 cups of water here. Put that in. And then we're going to go ahead and put our carrots in. Put them right in. If you lose some, you can always cry them out. And then our onion. I'm just going to put that in. And then our potatoes. And as you can see, they're covering the roast, but that's okay. Won't hurt anything. 1 teaspoon of sea salt in, which is right here. Put that in. And then we're going to put 1 teaspoon of minced garlic, which is right there. Put that in. And then we're going to add our spices, and in this spice container, I have measured out 1 teaspoon of margarine, 1 teaspoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of basil, and also 1 teaspoon of thyme. That looks like a lot, but by the time you mix it all up, it'll be fine. And we're also going to add 1 bay leaf. Just kind of stuff it down in there wherever you can get it to go. Maybe right there. And then we're also going to add a tomato that I had in my refrigerator that I just want to use up, and I better get the tag off of there. So we're going to put that in, and that just adds a little more flavor as it sautés in there. And then we're going to add our cilantro, and I have 1 handful of cilantro that we're just going to slowly put around in there. And then we're going to add 2 tablespoons of a Chilean red wine, or whatever kind of wine you have, or if you don't even want to put wine, you don't have to. But I put that in there and it makes it taste really good. And then, last but not least, we're going to add about 2 teaspoons of this beef boyan broth. And there is no MSG in it, and there's no gluten in it. So we're going to add 2 teaspoons of that. And that's going to give us a nice broth that we're going to have when our roast is finished, and that'll help us to be able to have some juice there to make us some gravy if we want to do that. Okay, and there we go. And now we have everything in there, and I think we will go ahead and add about 1 more cup of water just to get all those herbs and spices mixed up so that we can have a lot of savory flavors going on there as it cooks. So we're going to add another cup of water. So that's going to give us a total of 3 cups of water that we're putting in our crock pot. So there we are. So here we are. Our eye of round is now cooking in our crock pot. I've set the timer for 5 hours, and while I'm out running errands and doing what I have to do, this will be doing what it has to do, and then we'll be back home later and have a nice eye of round roast dinner.